Okay, namaskaram everyone. Welcome back to the podcast. We have dear Hatha Yoga Teacher Aman with us.
Namaskar.
We are at Amsoy Tea Estate and we have Karishma Ka behind us, I think, somewhere. So before going into the podcast, I would like to tell the audio version is available of this is available on Anchor, Spotify, and all other major podcast platform. So you can also listen there. So Anna, with your permission, can we go into the podcast?
Yes, Anna. Nervous I am.
Yes. Finally, face reveal of Yogi Sangha.
Yes.
So Anna, we would really love to get to know more about you. So like wherever you're comfortable in starting, especially when you were a kid. How was Yogi Sangha as a kid?
Okay, Yogi Sangha as a kid. My childhood was very lonely, and for me, I'll spend time with myself. And for me, my childhood was my grandfather basically, and so he was the source of wisdom and love to me. And as Sadhguru says, these people are the bridge between the ancient and the modern. And in my case, I think my grandfather acted like that. He was a source of, you know, all kind. He was a friend to me, and he will talk all kind of things to me. He'll treat me as an adult when it's needed, friend when it's needed, and obviously love me. Treat me with rasgullas on the weekends. Yes. So the childhood was like this, and so initially I was in a very simple school, and it was more kind of a government school, if I can say in that way.
Where was this?
It was in Bihar, in Gaya, in Bodhgaya basically. So I'm from the land of Gautama, the Buddha. So this is where the Siddhartha became Buddha, and so this is from where I am, and so my schooling was from a very simple place, and then I went to so basically simple school because I would never qualify to go into any good school.
Okay.
And nobody will take me in for some reason, I do not know. But my grandfather, as I told that, but then my sisters were in very good convent schools, and so my grandfather was in friends with the principal,
Okay.
the sisters, and so one fine day she calls and said that there's a seat vacant, please send your grandchild. And that's how he came into that school. And for me, so because I was from a very simple school, so English was a very strange language to me.
Okay.
And then I finally landed, but I found myself to be very alien there, because there were different kinds and I was very different, and I failed in my English.
Oh.
There was English 1, English 2. I failed in both of the English languages, and I was like, for the first time in my life, I realized or felt failure means something. For the first time, I cried in my life. Because everybody is looking at me in a weird way, and I do not know. I am, for me, okay, I did not score, but then everybody is looking at you, and so I thought that I need to cry a little, and I cried and went back home, and my mother asked what happened. And I told, okay, yes, this is what happened, and and I slept for around 2-3 hours, and then when I woke up, and so there were all kind of English books, dictionaries, just lying beside my bed, and I was like, okay, the work starts now, I think. So yes, the childhood was like this. I was bullied a lot. Yes, but it was fun also, I think. And then, so I was an artist with my heart. So I'm an artist, and I can create anything with anything. My imagination and my visual, imagination works when I'm creating something. Basically, it's like this. If I'm onto something, even my dreams will work for me. It's like this. And wanted to be thought that I'll become a designer or something, but how it works in the family, that all the learned people come when when your career is to be decided, and they told that, okay, he won't earn a penny.
Okay.
What is this nonsense? Being an artist, send him. Let it be him an engineer. Maybe.
Okay.
Yes, the most popular thing, and still now it's very popular. And so that's how I became an engineer. And so yes, engineering happened.
Which engineering stream did you choose?
I did not choose.
Okay.
I had no clue
Okay.
what engineering is basically, and so somebody told me this, somebody told me that. My friend was going into electronics, so I said, okay, let's join him. At least I'll have somebody. So electronics was my stream, but IT is the thing, so I got placed in an IT firm as Tech Mahindra to begin with, and then I served at various multinationals. And but you know, I was never content with what I was doing. I was always thinking, "Oh, what is this I'm doing?" Anyways, I'm not so good at it. Yes, they're paying me good. I do not know for what, but then it felt that no, I'm aloof, and it's still not working out for me. And see, my childhood was amongst monks in many ways. So see, on weekends we'll go to this main temples of Bodhgaya, the monasteries, and here the monks would be practicing, their daily rituals or sadhana, and it always intrigued me, as in what are they doing? Physical forms, chanting, and so I would just spend hours just looking at them, not knowing what they're doing, but then that always was there in me. And so many things happened. How Isha happened, broken heart maybe, Isha balm, backache, yes, many reasons I think. So obviously, if you're a broken heart, you can come to yoga for sure. Isha balm is magic, and backache. Ask people who have backache.
Isha Life promotion. Give brand deal.
Isha balm. Yes. And many reasons I think. And most fundamental reason was I was looking for something more. I wanted to understand how and what is happening all around. And so I thought that a time came in my life where I thought that, okay, let me stop. Let me stop for a good and see what I can do with my life. This is the time when I thought that let me go to my family. Maybe I'll join my father's business. And so I went back home. Thought that okay, let me start a business with him. Help him out. And but when I just started even helping him out, I realized no, I need to work more on myself before even I ventured fully into it. And so now here I'll tell you, my land from where I am helped me out. So Bodhgaya. So being from this place is I don't know why, but I never asked this question that this man which we are referring to as Buddha, what was he? What was he offering? And who are we referring to? Is he a calendar image or a human like us and became something? And so here the seeking began actually for the first time, because now I'm looking. I have time in my hand. I'm looking. Okay, what was he doing? And so as soon as this seeking came, suddenly I came to know about this program that happens in the same city, Vipassana, and I never knew about it. So so my life has always been like no calculation or no nothing. And so I went into that, inquiring about okay, when is the next program, what is this all about. Went there and realized the program is going to just begin 2 days after the day I went there. And they're like, oh no way, you cannot be taken in. What are you talking about? People come from 6 months.
Is it? Okay.
You have to be in the queue, and people from all around the world comes.
Okay.
Like, I'm not even listening to him.
Okay.
I'm like, I want to do it inside me. And so whatever he said, I did not hear much. And I packed my bag, 10 days ka luggage leke, and I was there.
Oh, you went there simply?
Yes, went there simply.
Okay.
And still, I'm there, there's no thought that, they won't take me.
Okay.
Limited people, but still, no thought. And just went there, waited. And finally, one person did not turn up.
Oh, okay.
And they took me in. And this is where the journey began. And there, in the entire process, one thing was revealed straightforward to me, that as simple as sitting on the floor, I cannot do. As simple as doing nothing, I cannot do. And I was taken aback. And see, it's like this, you cannot ignore this fact. See, generally I think every day a human being goes through this. They're not able to do this, what this body and mind should have helped him out in going into unknown terrain. It's not pulling him back. And in outside world, you can do Instagram, you can do Facebook to get yourself distracted and forget about it. But there, the slapping continued. You cannot forget, because they won't let you forget. Because they're asking you, simply sit now. And I'm not able to sit. And so one thing I realized that I need to work on my body. This body is not listening at all. And so, on the final day, I don't know why it was said, but then it was said something like this, that when you go outside in the world, a guru will come.
On the final day it was said.
Yes, not final, maybe the second last day, I do not remember exactly.
Okay.
And still, I do not know what a guru is. And they said something like this, a guru will come, and when he comes, just stick to him.
Okay.
Or you just stick to this practice.
Okay.
And it was there in my mind, and I went back home, and I'm talking to everybody, about this course Vipassana. You must do it, you must do it. It's fantastic. And for the first time, again after 2 days, I see a Sadhguru video. And I'm sitting with the same person, basically my Jiju, who sent me there for this course also. And he also for the first time saw this video of Sadhguru, I think. And we saw the video and we both are looking at each other. What is this? And this man should be offering something. What he's talking is beyond our understanding, and means it's like he's talking cosmos with simple languages that we can understand. And so this is where the Isha journey began, after that video when I saw Sadhguru. And so I was in a marathon of videos then. I saw many videos, and now I'm like, okay, I had to join my father's business, but now I've seen this person who is magical. So now I go back to my family and say that, okay, I will join the business, but then after some time maybe, because till then I have googled and found out that the programs of Sadhguru and Isha Foundation happens in Delhi.
Okay.
So I know that I have to be in Delhi now. And I went back to Delhi, saying them that I'll do job for 1 more year and then let me come back. And that's how I landed in Delhi. And so did Angamardana to begin with. Because I do not know what is what, and nothing is there's nothing about engineering online, nothing at that time.
Which year was it?
I think it was in 2015 maybe. And so I remember Angamardana. Wow. So I'm in the class, I'm learning it, and I never thought India is this. See, it's not just the yogic practice that they're offering. You see India in a nutshell. What you thought that is all taboo and superficial, a window opened up, and you suddenly start seeing it from a different lens. Same thing maybe, but then this is in its purest form, and your intellect cannot understand what is happening here, but then he cannot overlook it also. So Angamardana started, and for me it was like this. Angamardana, a day will finish, and I won't take the metro immediately. I'll walk and just think about it. What is this all happening here? This is something else altogether. And the 5th day, something happened in my bag, and I couldn't continue the Angamardana process. So I had to stop in between. I didn't complete the last 2 days, and then Angamardana never got completed for me at that time. And then Bhuta Shuddhi, I got to know that let's do Bhuta Shuddhi. Did Bhuta Shuddhi. And then the teacher told me, Anna, inner engineering. Like, what is this? Went for inner engineering immediately. Did inner engineering, and then there was nothing stopping me. Went for BSP, and that was very profound for me. Many things shedded there in BSP, and then came back home, and I was like, what is the next step? What is the next step? What should I do? And I still remember, so the same company I was in, and so one fine day the boss was just sitting beside me, and I'm like, I'm done with you, I think. I need to do something else. And I just Google it out, he teaches training program, because I heard about it. And so I just registered for teachers training. I filled the registration. There's some form to begin with, and I thought that's it, I'm in. And that day only I resigned.
Oh, is it?
I resigned, and the boss is like, oh, you cannot do it like this. You need to give a notice period or something. And I'm like, not happening. This is it. I need to go for this. And So I went, but then I soon realized there are so many layers of filtering process that will happen. Interviews, this and that. Now I'm like, okay. But luckily, it was just 2 weeks before the program has to start, basically. And they took me in, fortunately. And this is how, so basically, I went into this not because I wanted to become a teacher. I wanted to set an art this Siddhasana, can you believe me? I went for teachers training because I wanted to set in Art Siddhasana properly. And the second was I was sleeping a lot. I wanted to reduce my sleep quota and wanted to wake up on time. So these were the reasons of me becoming a Hatha Yoga teacher, I think.
Okay.
And so this is how the journey began. Yes.
So from Hatha Yoga teacher, like, how did the first class happen? Like,
Oh, that's interesting. So after the teachers training is over and I'm back home, and now I'm cribbing that how to begin, and I do not know how to start. How should I start, basically? And so for the start of 4 or 5 months, no classes happened for me. I took one of my classes at my family, for my family members only, but then you know how they are. So yes, they all ditched me. Yes. And then I was like, praying to Sadhguru, Sadhguru, please give me a class. What is this? I want to teach, really teach. And within 2-3 days, a call comes from the ashram that there is a vacancy, there is a new thing that is coming up in Kolkata. This is Isha Yoga Shala. I do not know if you know about Isha Yoga Shala. It's a concept which we were working on to give people a substitute of gym. So basically, you can go to that place, 1 hour every day, and you learn everything. So it's a membership based, and it's a very different concept for people who were not into Isha, or they would not know about Isha. They just had to do something. So it's for that Isha Yoga Shala was there, and so Isha Yoga Shala happened, and I'm there. Now the classes are happening, and now I'm saying to Sadhguru, so many classes. What is this?
tell us about your sleep routine at that time, Anna.
Okay. So at that time, it was like this, Anna. It was so intense. So we'll sleep at around 11-12 and wake up at 3:34. And so for 1.5 years, Anna, it was just 4 hours, 5 hours sleep maximum. That's the privilege if you sleep more. And it was very, very intense because you're not creating, you're not just teaching there. You're in charge of various other things that is happening. Advertisement is happening, and you're trying to see how to bring people in. So many aspects you're working on. And so it was very tough, but then, when you're single focused, that you want to make it happen for people, every day they are coming, and you're establishing a structure which can become a very big thing in near future. And so, we continued, and it was tough, but then it was very, very enriching, Anna. Very enriching. Yes.
So from there, Anna, can you talk about the classes in your Bihar hometown? You have studio, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in Bihar, I was the first teacher in Bihar, and I, for some reason, I thought that nobody will come and learn from us there. I don't know why this thought was there, but that was there in me. And so this is now the lockdown phase has started.
Right.
And people are calling me from Bihar that they're saying that, Anna, we want to learn, but then where we will sleep,
Right.
and what will we be eating.
Okay.
And so I was like, okay, let me think about it. What should I do? And they really forced me to do something. And this is how this Bodhgaya studio came up. And I established that studio. So this is the place where anybody can come, stay with us. We'll cook for them. And
Not me, only you, right, Anna?
Yes. So I'll be cooking for them. I'll be teaching them. I'll be gossiping with them.
Okay.
I'll be playing with them. Everything. So I'm handling single-handedly there. And if I talk to other teachers about this, they'll be like, okay, this is not, how is it possible even? But then we made it possible, me and the volunteers and everybody. And so, and this is not just the program that we would do. Then, because once I established the studio, I realized that this place, Bihar, has so much to offer to you. over a period of time, yes, it got corrupted for sure. But then this is something, this is a place, where Nalanda University was there, the Kashi is nearby, and this is the hub where, all the Buddhijeevis, as we say, the big mind people would come from. Aryabhatta, and everybody was from this land.
For those who don't know, can you say what is Nalanda University? And
So, Nalanda University is one of the biggest university in this world at that time, and many Chinese explorers, many people have mentioned about this. And this university, if you even the remainings of it, what it is now, if you go there, you will realize what our culture was. We were not snake charmers, We are the people who are imparting knowledge and wisdom to the world. Unfortunately, the education system, the way it has been, that they tell you about sati, but they do not tell about why the sati came. You know what I mean? So all the ordeals they talk about, that okay, this was bad with our culture, this was bad with our culture, but what this culture stood for to begin with, and so you talk about the corruption, but the essence of it you do not talk. So we people do not know why and what this land offered to people. So Nalanda University, you must visit, Anna, and I'll take you there.
yes.
Okay.
Next trip, guys.
Yes, and I'm telling you, you will be wow. Once you go to that place, and so many enlightened beings came from that. The mathematics, reached to its highest point at that time, during the time of Nalanda University. And then this Kashi, obviously being very near, was the hub for seekers. And then, this. So you would have heard about this Bodhi tree,
Famous tree.
Famous tree.
It's got more famous than Buddha.
Yes. So this tree is just near my studio only.
Okay. Oh, is it?
Yes, very near, very close by.
Oh.
And
High demand for your program.
so so we started this thing that we wanted to explore. So me and the other participants who would come. So everything is very organic. Nothing is planned beforehand. And we venture into finding out this history of our land. And then we realize there's so many temples, which as actually Sadhguru talks about, that this is the place where there's a cave there, Dungeshwari cave, where Gautama spent his 7 years before getting enlightened. So when we hear that he is all skeleton, and he's thinking what next to do. So this is the place he stayed. And then there's Niranjana river, So we cover the entire map of it. So where he stayed, and where is the Niranjana river when he finally went, and he realized that now enough is enough. I better leave this body or know what the truth is. And then there is this Bodhi tree where he finally sits. And then from Bodhi tree, he goes to that place where all the disciples said that he's got corrupted, where he has this bowl of kheer or the rice, that is Sujata temple. So we found this step by step, and now this is something that where we take people to. So this is our pilgrimage, a short pilgrimage where we take all the participants to Anna.
Awesome.
Yes.
So is there something more like we missed out to share, or like?
Yes.
This is very intriguing, like what you talked about Bihar and all, because Bihar, I think I haven't seen, when we first met also, when you said you're from Bodhgaya, I'm like, where is that?
I think not many people would know about Bihar. One reason is, obviously when you say Bihar, all kind of fanciful things happens in your mind, that okay, corruption, this or that would be happening there. But then it's a land of knowledge, the way I see it. And the Magadha Empire and every, so, you come to me, I'll take you to places and you will see, okay, this is Bihar. And there are many, many things, many aspects. I think I cannot talk about it if I, talk about it. There's so many things to say.
So what is your future plan with conducting retreats and
Yes. So so this thing happened. It started from Bodhgaya. As I said, that people wanted to come in, food and stay was a problem. So from here, the retreat module evolved for me. And I thought, okay, there should be a place like this in every state, on the mountains basically. so that no, there's a structure where people can come and stay with us. Because see, when they just come for a workshop and go back, we don't have control over their diet. They go back, do the same drama, they'll eat the same food, maybe lasun and pyaz. I'm so sorry, I'm not against it, but then I know how it works inside my system. It drains me out. No, nobody has to tell me. Even if you very secretively add it, I would know it. It's there because in the system when it goes, it acts very funny. So we thought that okay, why not bring them in? We'll feed them with right kind of food. They stay with us, and then we'll offer them the practice. So see, as we are here in Assam, so this is the first kind of a structure we established here in Northeast. Because again, I wanted to reach out to the places where the teachers are not there. Because people are seeking, they cannot see. For us, it can be simple to go to the Isha Yoga Center maybe, but not for all of us. It's not very simple. The family situation, so many other factors are now. And then, so I thought, okay, let me establish one by one. So Bodhgaya happened, and now this happened. Now we want to go more deeper into the state. We want to go to Arunachal Pradesh. We want to go to Nagaland. So all these places now in the coming years I'll be covering. I'll go to each of these places and make programs happen there. Because I think once you have become a teacher, I think Anna, Sadhguru says you become a big contribution. Nothing else needs to be done. Wherever you think people needs it, you go there and offer it. And so here I thought, okay, let me go out of my comfort zone. Let not me be only in Bodhgaya. Wherever the possibility is, let me travel around. And I like traveling, so so that was already there in me. So Assam happened. Now very soon Bhubaneswar will happen mostly, Arunachal, Nagaland, and then other teachers can join us, and they can start taking classes here maybe. And because I might be busy, and so yes, and the idea is to reach out basically to as many people as we can, and slowly to reach out to these kids, students basically. Because as we grow up, we become rigid, but then the kids are not still rigid. And if they just sit in our class, suddenly they will see the entire culture in a certain way. So it's not that you're opening a spiritual window, but you're opening a window that will play in various ways as they grow up. And obviously, the way their body and mind will function, they'll be apart from any other kid. So this is the idea, to reach out to as many people as we can, Anna, and just make it happen for people, because this is, I know, see, it's like this, when I came into yoga, and so all of my friends, most of them, Anna, they were like, what nonsense is he up to? He's gone, he's finished now. And I'll go to parties with them,
Okay.
do all masti, but wouldn't drink and wouldn't smoke. So for them it's like, what is this funny thing he's doing? And over a period of time I realized, they they kept a distance, but then I still included them, I still loved them, and and over a period of time, within years, now they are Sadhguru's fan. So what I mean here is that it can happen that when you venture into this path, people might not be able to articulate what you're up to, because they have not tasted the sweetness of what we are doing. And so it's just that how can you explain the sweetness to them if they have never tasted sweet? It's like talking to a blind person how an elephant looks. But then slowly, if you are inclusive, if you have included them, if you love them still, they find their way and they come back to you, and they're again my best friends. So yes, that is there, Anna.
So I would like to take you back to the kids class. Like, could you talk about the first kids class you took?
Yes. So this is a football team, Anna. So there's a few national players also, state players also basically, and this is in Kolkata. And this is my first kids class, and I'm very, very nervous now. They told me, Anna, you have to take this class, and I'm like very, very nervous what to do now. With adults, I can manage them, but kids, how do I manage? And I spend the entire time preparing for the class. That is, I'm just sitting and just trying to understand my own chemistry so that I can be in a certain way when they come. And all naughty ones, all kinds, Sana. And so the class began, and that was the best class of my life, I think. When I say that, I just mean that these kids are not just listening to you; they observe you. What you're doing, they will be in that way only. And within a month, Anna, so many changes happened. The coach came and told us that Anna, work has begun. Naughty ones are doing very fine. And when we say fine, their efficiency has increased. Their body is listening to them. So this is what Hatha Yoga is. Your body should listen to you. And when you're playing, you would know. If you're playing soccer, you're playing hockey, you would know the body should listen to you. Otherwise, it doesn't function. And so Hatha Yoga will definitely open up this dimension for them. And that's why I'm saying, kids, if we can offer it to kids, I think this is wonderful. If parents can understand what we are doing, and as simple as Suri Shakti, if they learn, I'm telling you, your kid will be something else.
At what age can a parent take a kid for a Hatha Yoga?
7+, Anna. Before that, take them to mountains, love them, and no yoga needed. But 7+, they can begin the journey. Yes, Anna.
Awesome, Anna. So have I missed asking anything? I don't know. This has been great. In between, I was like totally lost, and tears came, but I was like controlled. It was such a beautiful journey to hear. So where can people reach out to you, and like, even though social media?
I'm generally not on social media.
Yeah.
You would not find me much. But then, Yogi Sangha, you can always reach out. So Sangha, is a commune. Commune. See, when we say this, the kind of friends we have will decide many things about us. As simple, if we put it simply like this. So it's very important to be with the right kind of people. You might not understand it to begin with, maybe. You'll say, what is this nonsense? But I'm telling you, the kind of people you will be with will define and decide what you will become. And Sangha in the Buddhist tradition is a very key thing. They always focus on to be with the right kind of people. It is very, very important. And that's why this name came, the Sangha. And even in the retreat, when the programs are happening, it's a Sangha. That is, you are with us. You are in the right kind of frame of mind. The right kind of food is given to you. And right kind of talks and gossips are happening. It's important. So you can reach out to us on Yogi Sangha and make it happen for yourself, not for anybody else. Because if you think that something is I won't say something is lacking, but you want to change yourself. If you think that something is wrong with you, your body is not going where it has to go, where it should go. Your mind is not functioning the way it should happen. See, I always tell to people, you want to wake up 4 in the morning, and when when the 4 comes and the snooze button begins, playing its game. So just understand, you decided to wake up at 5, and you are the one who is not waking up at 5. So what is wrong? Our own body and mind playing games. So now this is the tool you need, so that the body starts listening, the mind starts listening. Now you play around now. You do whatever you want. Things will happen for you.
Yes. So thank you so much for being in the podcast, and it was great having you. So please reach out to Aman Anna.
Yes.
So thank you so much.
Thank you, Anna.
Namaskaram.
Namaskaram.